Yeah.
If you say you gon' do it, get it done. If you say you gon' do it, get it done. If you say you gon' do it, get it done. If you say you gon' do it, get it done. Save your stories, I ain't with the pump.
Hello. This is Jason E. and welcome to the Trading Ascension Podcast. It's 2022, Season 4. This show is for traders focused on creating abundance and achieving self-actualization, life, and trading growth. I deep dive into the personal and the spiritual growth journey towards consistent profitability. This podcast provides thought-provoking concepts, scientific and spiritual data, and always action steps to help you evolve as a human and as a professional trader. If no one's told you today, I believe in you. Yeah. In today's show, I want to talk about what I believe is a toxic mindset in life and in trading. And I'm going to do my absolute best to show compassion to this mindset, because not only is it common, but it also seems attractive. And I say attractive because when I see traders talking about this mindset on YouTube, the comments skyrocket. And there's a bunch of people like, me too. Oh, yeah, I think like that too. And I know it's social media. You know, everything's extreme. There's the making multi-millions. There's the haters on the back end, just reviewing other channels. And then there's the kumbaya. Let's all meet together in the land of struggle. And I try not to hate on this perspective. To each his own, right? That's the first reason. But I understand how we humans can inherit, learn, and observe mental states that we aren't aware of, or that seem to serve us until we dig a little bit deeper and gain a little bit more awareness. And that usually happens when we start to reach goals. When you're staying the same, things don't really arise. Everything's fine. But when you start to strive to become better in your life, these things start to arise. So I said, try to not hate on it, because I may have to give a little bit of tough love, my friends, because I don't want to see you out here carrying this baggage if you are becoming aware of something new and not quite sure what may be holding you back. And so today, I'm going to shine some light on this. And no, I'm not going to mention any YouTube channels. I'm not going to drop any names or anything like that. But I want to make sure that there's light on this toxic yet common trading and life approach. And so I'm going to give 2 major reasons it's toxic. And then I'm going to give you 2, maybe 3 things to consider and an action step to overcome and reach your highest potential this year. So like we hate to drive through, let's get it in. There's an old saying, and I don't know, I guess if we could call it a riddle, maybe a joke. I'm not sure what to call it, but it goes, there was a person that was hitting their head on the wall, banging it. And someone asked them, why are you hitting your head? Why are you banging your head against the wall? And they said, because it feels so good when I stop. So I want you to hold on to that, because I'm going to circle back. Here's what I'm talking about when I'm saying and what I'm labeling as one of the most toxic trading attitudes. It is, I expect to lose, so I'm not disappointed if I do. So I know people who do this in life. I know people who have this approach in trading, and they may, I'm up for a raise. I'm expecting the worst. So if I get my 96 cents bump this year, I'll be happy. The thing is, it doesn't work. And it does and it doesn't. And I'll get into the nuances of that. But let me give you a quote. And actually, I don't know if this is a quote. I made it up. But there are not a lot of only ways, but there is a lot of no ways. And this is what I mean. There's usually multiple ways to accomplish things. We can't deny that, especially in trading. No one can say this is the only way to succeed. However, like I said, there are a lot of no ways. And these are the paths that are unlikely to get you to success or surely lead to failure. All in all, do what works for you. I will, because if I expect to lose, if I don't lose, or if I do, it doesn't sting as much. If I win, it's a great surprise. Now, I'm not saying this doesn't work for the people for what they are trying to do. It's amazing how our mind is always reaching its goals, but sometimes those goals don't serve us. And this is what I think they're trying to accomplish. It sounds like they're trying to avoid disappointment by curving expectations. And I get it. Fact is, losing trades is part of this business, just like it's a part of life in all aspects. But when we play stupid games, we can only win stupid prizes. And holding this mindset is playing a stupid game. Number one, because we know from our advances in quantum physics, we understand that the particle and the waves of the quantum field, they coexist in the field that we live in until the observer makes a decision to collapse the outcome. We create emotions ahead of the experience in the quantum realm. This attitude, therefore, is creating more losses in your trading. It's manifesting them according to the laws of the universe. To the extent, no one can say. 2, this attitude is creating a false sense of relief because you choose to live in pain just to chase the joy. Remember when I talked about the person banging their head just to feel good when it stopped or when they stopped? This expect to lose attitude is literally a living example of that cliche. A person will lower their frequency, purposely take themselves down just to experience a joy. They bang their head on the wall just because it feels good when they stop. The reason it feels great to get a positive result when you did not have a positive expectation is because you firmly plant yourself in a negative expectation. And you thrive later when you decide to stop because of an external event. It's just a game. Yeah, it feels good to stop banging your head, but why not just feel good? Fear. That's likely why. We fear we are powerful beyond belief. Let's go further on the negative impact. We must understand the effects of lowering vibrations on our body. I really want to scare you all away from doing this. On top of this attitude helping you make the undesired more probable, it ages us. Our creator, the creator, has built a universe of expansion. Everything works towards full expression until it reaches a level of a threshold. Now, at that point, that life form will either cease to exist or make a non-linear quantum leap to a new form of life expression. And I won't go too deep into that because we've talked about quantum shifts a lot in previous seasons. My point is, when we can't or when we refuse to hold the mindset and the energy of a higher form of expression for ourselves, we get out of alignment with life itself. It's a painful way to live. But over time, if we continue to do it, we can become numb to being negative. My next point is, if it's really worth it when we look at this attitude over time, and I can tell you it's not. How long does the negative last? Right? That's my question. If I expect to lose a trade, when does that mindset kick in? I think it's always there, But let's say it just starts when you wake up and you open the chart. So let's just say 1 hour, give a super conservative estimate, because it's not like we can change to a positive person from a negative person in different realms. How you do anything is how you do everything. It's one of the biggest quotes I got from Arthur Lynch Williams. And so let's say we wake up and we hold on to this ideal. 1 hour. We have let negativity steal 1 hour of our life just for a single moment of joy in the future. Now, that's clearly not worth it, my friend. Think about over the course of a week. Because like I said, 1 hour is a low ball. Let's expand this over a trading week. So let's say 5 days, 1 hour, that's 5 hours of internal pain. And let's say you won 5 trades. So you got 5 seconds, moments of joy for the trade-off of 5 hours of internal turmoil. That's not a great purchase. It's self-torture. I'm going to take a drink here. I'm sticky on these words. Let me repeat that. Self-torture. But like I said, we can become desensitized to this. We normalize it. But here's where I think a huge place of confusion comes in. We can accept a loss without expecting a loss. I feel like that's a gem. Let me say that again. We can accept a loss without expecting a loss. Huge difference. If we take that 5 hours back and we make a positive or even just a neutral state, we can align with life, which is constantly and consistently wanting you, pushing you towards the highest ideal of your personal expression. And let's say even things flip. We lose those 5 trades. We have more life hours aligned with good. And if we lose, of course, we have a method of handling that because we are accepting without expecting. I'll talk about how to do that in just a moment. You see, my friends, a huge part of a life's success is about overcoming self. We must fight ourselves to not give in to the lower self. We must not think like a loser in any way, shape, or form. To accomplish this, I want to provide a few tips to help cultivate a more positive trading attitude and life attitude, 2 things to consider, and maybe 1 action step for you to take with you. So some things to consider. Number 1 is don't be a little, I wish I had a beep button or something to make that sound. I'm going to keep it PG. Don't be a little. Seriously, be courageous in being. Be able to stand in the desire that you want. If you want it, if it's in your mind, it's there for a reason. You deserve it because you can conceptualize it. If you want something to happen, accept it. Don't sell yourself, or better yet, don't think yourself short. Again, the fact that you have it in your reality means it's yours for the receiving. 2, understand you are loved. You don't have to exist right now. There's plenty of people dying throughout this podcast. The fact that you're here at this moment means you have a certain amount of support from the Creator, the Most High. Take pride in understanding life is about expansion. And since you are here in this life, just like all the other humans and creatures here, you are worthy of growth all the way up until it's over. Now, 3, this is an action step. In order to move away from the expectation of losing, you first have to detach from results. And this goes for trading and life. Results aren't always in our control, but effort is what we can take pride in. When you take pride in what you put into things, you will live a happier existence. You don't have to ride the roller coaster and the ups and downs, because we all have ups and downs. You know, I heard a saying the other day that when the path becomes your goal, you instantly become a success. You are not the results. Only the limited perspective of our ego believes that. The market goes against you, you're not a loser. You experienced a loss. We all have undesired experiences, losses, and the such, but we are not those experiences any more than we are our thoughts. Another thing as a tool to detach from trading losses is risk management. When you have over leveraged and you have the shirt on your back on the line in the market, it's going to cause some stress. If I was trading beyond my, financial blueprint and my ability to handle that amount of money leaving my account, I'd try to eliminate the pain too, by any means. I would totally have that attitude if I was over trading the amounts that I should. And I'd be like, okay, I've already lost the house, my son's college fund. Let me accept that right now in case it happens. Yeah, I get that. But we can't overtrade and not have risk management. When you ensure no one trade will make or break your career, you can be less emotional about it. And when you get to a point where this doesn't matter, you can do what you want. But if you're experiencing this, consider it. So you create a solid risk management strategy. And I've heard other traders talk about, 2% risk. I'm not suggesting that. But think about it. Think about this. So a trader with 2% risk, that means that they have to lose 50 trades in a row to blow their account. In that situation, losses aren't that bad. Lastly, be process focused, because that is most in our control. When we focus on our entry into the market, how we manage the trade once we're in the market, and when we're going to exit the market, we take control of our destiny. And that level of control can be reassuring. Create solid rules about when you enter the market, how you'll manage a trade, and exactly when you will exit. Set these rules from a different occurrences standpoint, right? Be prepared for situations that may happen so you don't have to be reactionary. Pre-plan from a clear mind state so under market duress, you don't make dumb decisions. You're less likely to move a stop loss if you have a principle written down telling you not to do it. So let's recap. Expecting a loss just to avoid disappointment or experience extra joy is a challenge. And it manifests more losses. It causes longer periods of stress on the body. And some of the solutions I mentioned for this, I mentioned being courageous in expectation and not afraid to fail. I talked about being detached from the outcome and focused on the process. Another good tip is using risk management. And let me leave you with what I said earlier. There is a chasm between expecting to lose and accepting a loss. Don't expect anything you don't truly desire. At least not in this realm. Just don't want to do it. You don't want to be on the opposite side of the laws of the universe. Understand that you are loved enough to get what you focus on. I hope this was helpful. It's always fun to create this content with the goal of adding value to your life. Thank you for listening. If you benefited from our time together, please share this podcast with other traders you care about and other humans you care about. You can check out more thought-provoking talks around personal and spiritual growth every Sunday and every Thursday and on the YouTube channel as well. Be sure to go to tradingascension.com and download the free ebook to help you become a more mindful trader, and join the subscriber list where you'll get upcoming news, including information on the mastermind groups that are reopening, and they're going to help you quickly and drastically improve at whatever trading system you currently use. One last thing, always remember to be the hero of your story.